Morning. Well, it's probably still night, to be honest. When we set out on these journeys, a lot of people say, "Oh, it'd be nice. It's a nice vacation." Yeah, well, you don't see this side of it when you drive all day and then wake up on 4 hours sleep and then have to get going again while it's still dark outside. We are still in Saskatoon. It is 5:45. We got in last night 1:30-ish. The roads were very treacherous, so we had to stop. We had another hour and a bit to go to where we planned to stop. I know you're woken up early when you come downstairs to the lobby of the hotel on the free breakfast. Is it open yet? Junior's having a birthday party.
Oh, alright. There should be some fresh coffee still there. Oh. Yeah, she's going to be opening momentarily.
Here's something positive to think about.
Well, you still dear friends?
Well, I won't go that far. We could be getting up in this kind of state and going to regular work.
If you've ever wanted to know what hell would look like if it froze over, this is it. Welcome to Saskatchewan in spring. Good morning. We have left Saskatoon early this morning, as you know. The reason we left so early is we kind of felt compelled to come to Humboldt, which is the home of the hockey players and people that were killed in that tragic bus accident last week. The day we turned up, they're having a funeral for, looks like the announcer of the hockey team, Tyler Bieber. It was a bit surreal walking in there, and we just wanted to stop by and leave a part of us, I guess, and the amount of time that we spend on the road. Even last night we had a pretty close call. It kind of hits home, like something like that could happen at any time, and that could easily been us going through the Kukahalla Pass last week to something bad happen. To show up when there's an actual funeral about to start was a bit overpowering. Walking in the arena and seeing the casket laid there, I don't know what to say other than I don't know how to put into words the way I feel. It's quite emotional. I can't imagine what the friends and family must be going through in this small town to have so many young people taken at such an early age doing what they love to do. It's really, really hard.
Let's carry on in our mission.
Yes.
And, make the most of these lives that we have.
Yes. Do what you love to do and follow your dreams, because you never know what's going to be around the next corner.
Good afternoon. It's 4:04 p.m. So more like evening than afternoon. We just wrapped up our presentation at, what was the school called? Salt Coat Public School. And how do you think it went?
I think it went very well. Lots of spirit for a small school. Everybody was really nice and helpful. I think we made a big impression there.
I know I certainly made a big impression on those girls because they were following me everywhere. So back to the hotel, relax a bit, and then go for a late dinner at some sushi restaurant that Shane is gonna kindly look up for us eventually. And then we're gonna hurry our ass to Manitoba tomorrow after the presentation.
Good evening. We are in Yorkton, Saskatchewan. We had a great presentation this afternoon at Saltcoats Elementary School, a small school in a small town, but it was an awesome presentation. Kids were awesome. We had a really good time there. We're just about to do the Riley bed test. It's been a long day. We haven't had much sleep from last night.
We're knackered.
And we are anxiously awaiting bedtime.
Once Shane is finished doing his finger there.
Oh, poor Shane. He's mortally injured with a splinter from chopsticks. If you cannot think
Shane,
of a more manly way to get injured than a splinter from chopsticks.
Never mind that. Look at his pant leg.
Yeah. Good afternoon and welcome to sunny Manitoba. A couple hours ago we finished up in Yorkton, Saskatchewan at our second presentation of the day, which was Yorkdale School. Before that we were at Columbia. Both schools were really good. We had lots of fun at both of them. Good questions, lots of good spirit. It was a good day. Didn't have much time in between. The time we finished at Columbia, we barely had time to stop by Wendy's to feed the gremlin before we went to Yorkdale and get set up, but we made it. Austin is not having his best day on tour, I would say. He's struggling a bit with anxiety. He's been a bit of a, less of a better word, a dickhead most of the afternoon. Mainly over one issue, and it's the same issue that caused him a bit of, all of us a bit of pain on the day we drove to Fort Mac. We're going to make it to Winnipeg tonight, which is about 4 hours away yet, and go see the Bedells tomorrow.
Hopefully.
Once again, he's having a great day.
Yes.
The plan was to see them.
It still is the plan, Austin. You want to have a meltdown live on camera right now?
No.
Okay.
When are we stopping for dinner?
When you see a place to stop for dinner would probably be the most obvious.
Which is when?
I don't know. Probably in an hour or so.
One of the things that really helps my life be easier working in the back seat here on a laptop with these bumpy roads is if Austin moves his chair back so that I can prop my laptop up against the back of it so my screen isn't doing this. Austin, can you move your seat back for me so I can work?
Negative. Maybe after I talk to Brooke, but until then, this seat ain't moving.
You can see the wonders that we're working with here.
The reason Austin does not want to move his seat is because he likes things level, so he always spends half an hour or so trying to get the seat he's sitting in level with the seat I'm in.
The night before, how long did I spend playing with my seat?
Several hours on the way back from Fort Mac you spent. Yes.
And I don't want to have to do that again.
And he still never got it right.
It is right.
Not right now, Dave. It's too far forward.
I don't care where it is. I like to get it to where I like it and exactly where I had it. And this is where I had it.
Till then, if we haven't all killed each other by then, back to the studio. Good evening. We have arrived in Winnipeg. And our stop for tonight, Austin is very happy about the hotel we've selected because it's right next to the airport. So he gets to watch all the planes come and go.
I can't see any right now.
Right.
Except the parked ones.
It's quite late. It's 12:30 in the morning on Saturday. We just checked in the hotel. As is custom, the Riley bed test is first on the agenda. You better watch your head on this one, dude.
Watch your hand, Shane. Oh, duh.
take it. Good evening. It is Sunday night. We've had probably a day and a half of not doing a blog on this camera. We are now in Winnipeg. We spent Friday after those two school presentations in Yorkton, Saskatchewan, driving to Winnipeg. The weather was good. We had a good drive. We went all the way to, we made it to Winnipeg. We stayed at a hotel near the airport. And then Saturday, after a very long and good sleep, we drove to Beausejour to see some friends that we originally made in the 2015 tour of North America. Some friends that we still hold very dear to our hearts. Austin spent the weekend with them. Shane and myself stayed in a hotel not too far from their house. And basically, since Saturday evening, we've been doing nothing but answering emails and Facebook posts and phone calls about the Autism reality experience. We're anxiously awaiting the arrival of Austin, who's gone to some car show this evening in Winnipeg.
Stop lying.
Yeah, well, to be honest, we've enjoyed our day and a half break. Being locked in a vehicle with him, the amount of traveling we've done, even though we love him to bits, sometimes it's good to have a little separation. That being said, it's kind of like a sore in your mouth. When you have it, all you continue to do is play with it, and when it's not there, it doesn't feel right. It's weird when you spend so much time dealing and coping with Austin that when he disappears or is away for any period of time, the first little bit it feels good, you know, finally relax. But as soon as that wears off, it's like a part of you is missing. It's strange, but that's the way it is. Come on, dude.
What's wrong with my eyebrows when you shave me?
They're funny.
Why? Because they go up?
Yeah. Come here, over the sink.
You're gonna wet your face.
Alright, now we don't have any shaving cream, so we need soap.
How does that work?
Like this.
You used to live here?
Okay. Now the other good news I have for you
What?
is I don't have your razor anymore. You left it at the hotel, so use mine.
We left it at what hotel?
One in Yorkton.
How did we leave it there?
So you have to stay very still, right?
I remember every stone as clearly as if I just come from the store with a package.
Did you have to pick
Don't move, dude.
Did you have to pick a hotel that was a shithole? Like this hotel's a shithole, dude.
Watch your mouth.
Oh, it is a shithole.
No, it doesn't mean say it the same again.
Do you think it's a shithole?
Yeah, he makes such bold statements and then asks you the question to verify them.
Do you think it's a shithole?
No, I like this place.
Why do you like it?
What's wrong with it?
The rooms aren't nice.
What's wrong with it?
Look at the shower.
I love the shower. You're just upset 'cause there's no bathtub.
There's no bar.
You fucking alcoholic. There's no bar.
Speaking of shithole.
Now it's definitely a shithole.
Good very early morning to you. We are in downtown Winnipeg. It is just shy of 7 o'clock. And we are on our way to Global TV Studios to do a morning interview with their morning show. We have Silent Bob sitting beside me. I'm not very happy getting up this early. And as always, Shane is in his office. And we're excited to see what happens. I don't think Junior's feeling too well either. I think he's sick. He won't say. How are you feeling, dude? So, this morning we were invited to come down to Global Winnipeg News Station on the 30th floor of the TD building. An incredible view. They wanted us to make a feature or do a segment on their Talk Morning show, which was really cool. We got to explain a little bit about who we are, what we do, and our exciting new simulator. Tell me a little bit about your interview this morning, Austin. How did that go?
I wasn't able to speak.
Why not?
My voice was pretty bad.
So on live television this morning when they said, "So Austin, what is it like to be a racer?" What was your response?
Nothing.
Basically dead silence.
I could not speak.
We are a little over halfway in our journey across Canada. And I thought it'd be a good time right now, since I have a few moments, to review probably the biggest star on our trip, and that's been our truck, courtesy of Nissan Canada. I've never been a big fan of Nissan trucks, to be honest. I've had pretty much every truck known to man, Ford, Dodge, GM. And I have to say, this truck has kind of won me over. We just cracked about 11,000 kilometers on it. We've been through all sorts of terrain, all types of weather. This thing hasn't missed a beat. Fuel economy has been better than I budgeted for and anticipated. It's comfortable, there's lots of room. We got all our gear in here. It's been spectacular. Good evening, it's 7:30 Manitoba time. We've been on the road for a couple hours. We presented at
RJ Roth
School, which is a small school in Carberry, which is west, yes, the wrong way.
Almost as tiny as Uxbridge.
In Manitoba. Great school, great principal. We had a really good presentation. We put a few of the teachers through the ARE, which was good as well. Some great kids there. A few kids on the spectrum. One of them two of them reminded me a lot of Austin when he was younger. One kid, the principal said all he talks about is cars, and that's why he has no friends, because nobody else wants to talk about cars except for him. That brings back a lot of memories. So before we left the lift of Austin's favorite cars on one of the whiteboards he works on all the time, just so he has them. Maybe it'll be a topic of conversation. And Austin was kind enough to take him outside and let him sit in his race car, and he was incredibly happy with that whole experience, and that's kind of what we're all about. So we are hammered down to Thunder Bay.
We're going to try and make it as far as we can.
Good evening. It's about 11 o'clock on Monday night. We are in Kenora. We are in Ontario. Yay! We have checked the weather, and there's a winter storm watch for Thunder Bay. We still need to get as far as we can tonight. So we found the Tim Hortons that we're going to visit.
Say that Tim Hortons. Can I just say that Tim Hortons looks dead?
Yes. Well,
it looks dead.
Most of the people of Kenora are asleep and old.
I think we've just woken them all up, all
Yeah.
three of them.
I think you burst my eardrum on my left ear.
The only problem is that we're in a Nissan Titan. We're in a Nissan Titan, and we're in front of a Toyota dealership.
Yeah, so all these poor trucks here
See their sad faces?
don't have diesels in them.
It would be cool though if they made it.
Yeah. I wish I was a diesel. Good evening. We are in Dryden, Ontario. It is midnight.
In some time zone.
Yes.
Manitoba time.
Pretty sure it's 1 a.m. as far as we're concerned.
We're pretty tired.
No, the time didn't change yet.
We're stopped for the night, and it's Riley bed test time.
It just turned.
Set, go.
It's like a squirrel.
Oh,
We'll take it.
you're like a frog.